Hi friends, I'm Dani Walker. Welcome to my channel. This is the recap for Miss Universe Thailand 2020's preliminary competition. So glad that you joined me for this episode. If you like content like this, then please do me a favor, subscribe to this channel and hit the notifications bell. If you don't hit the notifications bell, you're not gonna know when new episodes come out. So don't forget to do that. Okay, so let's get into it today. Let's talk about this preliminary show. I don't know if you noticed, but I think there was definitely some social distancing during this, which is a little bit of a change, but I'm glad we're able to adjust and still have a great live show. My first thoughts are that it was very much like a fashion show with the video footage playing in the background of the contestants. I was like, do you know what time it is?
Supermodel documentary hour.
There's a tree in the city. Christy Turlington and Naomi Campbell are two of my very best friends, and we get together. It's just like total and utter insanity.
Okay, so here it is. I know you've been waiting for it. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna tell you who I would put in a semifinal and then who I am sending straight to the top 5. These aren't gonna be perfect numbers for things because when I judge, frankly, they're not perfect numbers. I'm just like, you know what, I like you, you, and you. I'll take you, and I don't really worry about anything else. So, can anyone relate? Yes? Comment relate down below. If you've actually judged a pageant, that would be fun. If you've judged a pageant, and you're watching this, please comment about how you approach judging a pageant because I am curious. I think all of us have our own styles. Oh, we need an episode about that. Okay, we'll get back to it. Anyways, number 56, fan favorite. I think great performance. She would definitely be in my semifinals. I didn't feel like there was anything super over the top though that I was like, oh yes, straight to the top 5, but certainly solid for a semifinal, and then let her work that out during the final show. Number 38, ooh, this little shot of her when she was like walking down that runway and she smiled, she looked out at the audience, loved it. It was very present. It was the side look for me, honestly. That's what did it. Yeah, fabulous. I mean, gorgeous contestant, but also just like that. Oh, just that. Love it. Ladies, learn from it. Number 49, she's been one of my favorites. I think she really nailed it when we saw the first swimsuit presentation, and I thought that this was really similar, so she's really just kind of living up to what I expected to see from her for the show. Number 79, ooh, another favorite. I have been loving her. I think she's so beautiful. I love whenever she does her little like side look. She makes this expression, this really wide-eyed expression, and it's doing it for me. I love it, and I think she's fabulous, and she would go immediately to my semifinals. Contestant number 1, I think that she's doing such a great job opening the show. I know that that's not an easy position to be in when you are first and you're just really sort of getting everything going and feeling the audience vibes. So I think that honestly she is our dark horse of the competition, and she's really been working it on stage, and I love that. I feel like I can see her trying so hard for this title, and if I'm a judge, for me that's a quality. I'm like, yes, I want to reward that. So I would put her in a semifinal. Number 45 is fun. I like her because she isn't too over the top, but she's solid. She executes her poses and her turns really well, and I think she does a good job changing up her facial expression. So for me, I was like, yeah, that's an easy pick. Number 77, another one of my favorites from the other swimsuit presentation. Just love her. I feel like she does so well, but I would like to see her come back another year. There's something there that I like, but there's also something where I feel like, is this really her time? And I would just like to see her come back better and stronger than ever, but she would still get a spot in my semifinals. So there's people outside talking, and I was gonna try to wait for them to not, but we don't have a lot of time this morning, okay? Because I gotta go downstairs and start coaching today. So, okay, we're just gonna move it right along. So now let us talk about our top 3 swimsuit performances, in my opinion. So if I'm judging, my second runner-up position would go to, I'm gonna make you wait. Contestant number 8. Okay, obviously really big fan favorite. I think she actually improved for this performance from the last one where we saw her in that swim preliminary preliminary to the preliminary presentation. So really liked her, obviously facially stunning contestant, and for me just killed it on stage. My first runner-up has changed from the other video I did talking about the best swimsuit walks, and she is number 18, and this is such a hard decision for me, but the good thing is that if I were judging and I put her as first runner-up for swim, who cares, she would probably still make it to a top 5, which is really where I want to see her. So I loved this performance. I think it's solid. I think she's just such a killer on stage. I have not seen this level of performance in a really long time. I think she would be fabulous at Miss Universe. But my number one spot for swim on this particular night, and see, this is where it changes. And that's what happens on pageants. Like, you could be killing it one day and then a different day, things are changed. So my number one position for this particular night was Amanda. And there was just something about it. You could just see her confidence. It was overflowing. The walk, the pose, everything for me was perfectly executed. She had this great mix of being playful, but then she was also serious and sexy. And you guys, the facials, everything was there for me on this particular night. So this was a really, really tough top 3, but really these 3 for me for swim were really neck to neck. If you enjoy my channel, please support it. Just take a screenshot of this, post it to an Instagram story, then tag me and hashtag me at Dani Walker, and also follow me while you're there and let me know what you think of this recap, and also who are your favorites for Miss Thailand Universe. Moving right along to the evening gown competition, what I was waiting for. Yeah! They're vacuuming now. That's great, right? That's great. Yeah, this always happens. We're just gonna go through it. Number 50. This vacuum cleaner is driving me insane. Number 50, everybody was talking about her and her gown. Loved it. Definitely took some cues, right, from the contestants at Miss Venezuela with their cape things and robes that they were taking off. So here's what I would have wished to have seen. Slight change is like slowly remove that as she was walking. Like, I would have made the entire walk more of like a than to wait till the end, because you could already see the front of the gown. It's not like we were revealing the gown. So I wanted just like a little more of a performance walking down. Then when she stood at the end, I mean, the audience was going crazy over this gown, and I'm sure she was just like soaking it up. And I really wish I would have seen a little bit of a smile, like, okay, yes, I'm fierce, but also I'm approachable, right? So loved her still in my semifinal, because I feel like she also did really well in swim, but here is where I saw her shine. Contestant number 1, once again, solid, and I'm cheering for her. I want to see her move on in the competition, so if I was judging, she'd have one of my spots. Number 56, her gown reminded me so much of a Sherry Hill couture gown that I've seen quite a bit in the US, but the Sherry Hill one that I'm talking about had a little bit more of an orange tint to it. And if you know what dress I'm talking about, or if you wore it, please post it and tag me, because it's killing me. I cannot remember who wore this gown, and I don't really know how to search for it. Like, I can't just search orange Sherry Hill. It's not happening. So let me know. But the performance was really solid, and I think that she needs to do a little bit more though. Like, everybody's getting the audience going, and I feel like she's playing it safe this year, and I don't think that's the way to go. Not with this group of ladies. It's not an easy competition this year. Nobody's just gonna walk away with it like, huh, that was so easy. No, not this year. Gotta really work for it. Number 26. So I love Emmy, and so many do, and she has so many fans, and I think she's incredible. She's so well spoken, especially if you consider how young she is. And I think she's amazing, but like I said in my other video, I think that there's still room for growth, and I want to see that for her. So I would put her in a semifinal, give her that encouragement, but then I would also encourage her to come back in a few years. And I just want to continue to see that growth with her on-stage performance. But I can even see during the time that she's entered the competition how much she's already growing now, and I love that about her. By the way, just curious, because I'm not familiar with Thai designers or gowns, and I don't know where each of these contestants is getting their gowns. Are any of these dresses, are they popular in Thailand? Have they been seen on other contestants? Have they been reworn, or are all of these truly original? I'm curious, because I love gowns and fashion. Number 77, so fabulous. Oh my gosh, this hair, this gown. I'm just obsessed with her. Those legs, just everything about her. I love her. And I feel like with her, if it had been a different year, I'd be sending her straight to a top 5. But this to me is an exceptional year with these contestants. I mean, they're just really, really bringing it, and they're really hungry for the crown. And I feel like you can't just be complacent this year. You really got to do something extra. And so, like, for me, she's really solid, and I'd be putting her in a semifinal, and I'm thinking she could very well make it, though, to a top 5. Who knows? Number 49, love this gown on her. I think it was really unique. I just also thought that the shoulders of the dress made her sort of scrunch up a little bit. So if I was her coach, I'd be like, oh my gosh, girl, you gotta roll those shoulders back, put them down, carry yourself like a queen, like that. So that's what I'd be asking for from her. Whew. Okay, so we're not even just announcing a top 3, they were a top 5 for me for gowns. So it just got even more competitive here. And my 4th runner-up position is going to contestant 52. And this was hard for me. This gown was stunning. It was perfectly fitted to her. Her execution of it, she just carried it so well. It looked like it's probably really heavy and not even easy to walk in. And everything was there for me. She's just so stunning. I like that we saw lighter makeup on her here. I didn't put her in my swimsuit faves from their presentation because I thought that the makeup was off for that day, but now here we're seeing more of her natural beauty. She really does not need a dark smoky eye like we saw in the past. She needs fresh makeup because she is so beautiful. And I do think that is a mistake that many very facially contestants make, is they wear too much makeup and then suddenly we're hiding that beauty. And she was on. She was on for prelims. Obsessed. Number 79, wow, that gown, the shape, the waist, and once again, she's just fighting for it, and I love that. Her just like, her eye contact and everything, and how she walked out, and the audience loved it, and I loved it, and if I was a judge, I'd be like, try not to smile, like, yeah, I love you so much, you're gonna get a high score. That's me scoring. Okay, so my top 3, this is really, really difficult for me. Okay, so basically they're neck and neck and it's a toss-up. Like, it's basically a 3-way tie. We're going into it. So I'm gonna start with Amanda, and arguably she could be the best evening gown performance. Honestly, I'm gonna need to see the finals. I'm gonna need to see it one more time. Now, I loved her, I love the gown, I love the styling, everything. But I do feel like we're pulling too much inspiration from Catriona, and a lot of people have made that comparison. And of course, you can pull inspiration. I just think it's too soon to pull from Catriona, such a huge favorite for the Miss Universe crown. I mean, she only got crowned in 2018. This is going to be barely 2020. I mean, Cat barely hung up that crown, you know, it's still warm. And so I just don't think you should pull that much inspiration from her, because people are noticing. And I think that when you are a national title holder or an international title holder, you got to do your own thing. And if you are going to pull from somebody else, you need more time. You need like a decade in there, so people are like not even thinking about the other title holder and comparing you to her, because nobody, let me tell you, wants to be compared to Catriona and her followers. So they are loyal, friends, they are loyal. So that I would be really, really careful with. Comment Catriona if you agree. So my next spot, and toss up, it could go a different way. I really don't know. I'm basically tied, and I would be waiting for other judges to break the tie, which is a terrible thing to do, but I love her, and she is number 18, and what did it for me was that perfectly timed spin turn. It was so stunning. It was just perfection, and her facials, once again, and the confidence, and now she smiled a little bit more, and it was just so likable, and just everything, and it's so hard for me. I want to give everyone a crown. My number 1 spot goes to contestant number 8, and here's why. Stunning, beautiful, carried a gown that was really difficult to walk in. Yes, the hair, the makeup, everything was on point, all of that stuff. Awesome. But when she walked out and she did her whole like hair thing, and she like put her hands on her hips, oh my gosh, I was like, the first thing I thought was like, every girl is gonna try to do this. Every girl's about to slick her hair back, and she's gonna try to do like the wet hair. Though I can't right now, I'm wearing a hat, but every girl's gonna try to do it. Just like everybody has been doing like the hands here, like the hands at the side. I mean, y'all remember who did that? Didn't Catriona do that? She did like the hand thing, and then everybody started doing it, but it wasn't the right thing for their gown or for their pageant system, and it just blows my mind. So y'all need to understand the differences between the pageants and where you're competing. One thing works one place, one thing works another. This hair thing, ooh, oh my gosh, it did it. It did it, and for me, that's what sent her over the top, because she was original, she was creative, and I think that she just did something that now I'm gonna see poorly executed at other pageants. So beware there, ladies, beware. If you're gonna copy someone, improve upon it. That's a lesson we can take away today. Okay, all right, so thank you so much for watching this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. I have to rush downstairs because I'm gonna be coaching all day, and I'm super excited about that. So glad to be here at MAC Nationals. If y'all want to see some more, then just follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna post all my outfits for this week. Super excited. This is not one of the outfits. This is not it. This is just my casual, just hanging out outfit. So check that out, and if you are getting ready for a pageant, I would love to help you. You can sign up for my free pageant prep course, and the info for that is in the description below. Please take advantage of that. I love hearing from contestants and them telling me like what they took away from it and how they feel so much more confident for their pageant. So please just check that out, and of course subscribe, hit the notifications so you get to know when all these new episodes come out. I really appreciate you being here and supporting the channel by giving it a thumbs up and sharing it with your friends. It does make all the difference, and I truly love making this content for you. It gets me really excited, and anyways, I can go on about this all day long, but like I said, I do gotta go coach. So thanks for tuning in for this episode. Hope you have a great day or a great night wherever you're watching from, guys. Thanks so much. Have fun.